Okay, a while ago I posted a TpT store audit survey asking if anybody wanted me to audit their store for them because a lot of people who were submitting requests for the store audits inside the Facebook group weren't getting that done. A special thanks to SEO Mantis who has sponsored this. That is an SEO tool for TpT sellers that you can use to improve your descriptions, your titles, your TpT store. You can also see your rankings. It's very cool, and it does have a store audit feature inside of SEO Mantis, the tool. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I will put the link to them inside the description. There's also a discount code available if you want to use them. So this is Betty Laria. Yoga, mindfulness, poetry, and writing resources. Wow. SEL literacy for school, homeschool, and counseling. Okay, so first thoughts. Actually, I'll scroll down. We'll read her about me. 5 stars, 24 followers. She's in Florida. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm Betty, beloved author, picture book, Lucinda's Magical Yoga Adventure, poet, certified yoga teacher, and homeschool mama. What do you guys think about the banner?
It's very busy.
Yes, I was just going to say it's a little too busy for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
It's busy. I think the yellowish, goldish letters kind of get there. They don't pop off the background enough. So
It
I'd
blends in
outline
too
them or,
much. Yeah, it blends in too much to the
hmm
pink.
Yep, yep. I'd outline them or turn them to black. I love
Mm-hmm.
her logo. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic. It is
Mm-hmm.
again getting lost in all the images and words and everything else. But I still like it. When you look at it, it's beautiful. It's just busy and it's getting lost. I'd simplify it a little bit. But I like her colors and I like her logo and I like what she's going for. And then same with the logo. What do you guys think about that? This logo here. I was talking about this logo when I first said it that I loved, but now I'm looking at her profile logo or profile image. What do you guys think about that one?
I couldn't
Sparks and
fi-
magic is difficult to read.
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what the little thing on the side was, but on the bigger one, it's like a feather or something like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
But there, it's just like some big blurry, fuzzy something.
hmm
Yeah.
It's too much, right?
And it's hard to
Yeah.
read what her actual, well, but that's not even what her store's name is. Because she's got her name, but not Be Yoga, Be Love, which people have to search on TPT for. So it's
hmm
kind of she's
Yeah.
sending people to logos.
Yeah. Because her logo is her name, but her store name is Be Yoga Be Love, right? So
I
there's a messaging opportunity there. Go. So her
The
featured resources
the font size is way too small and
in the images, yes.
it's hard to read. Like spring affirmations, it's the same color on the same color kind of. And spring, I all I see is SRN and what the heck is
Yep.
SRN?
Yes.
Yeah, the spring, the P and the G
Oh
definitely
yeah.
get lost.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
I
like
don't
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a lot of it's 12 yoga cards. What's the stuff at the yeah, I'm a little confused. Oh, it's a creativity pack. Hmm. Okay. Sorry.
Hmm.
I think it's just there's a lot there. And there's no separation between the three packs at the bottom.
Where are you looking at?
The second one, spring mindfulness yoga bundle.
Oh, this is a
So
big bundle. Yeah.
so she's trying to show everything, but it's kind of
hmm
getting lost. She needs maybe some shadows behind the covers
Yeah,
Yep.
or
yeah,
a colored background so it pops a little bit more so you can say, oh, okay, there are three things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I see the yoga cards, but it's really hard to see them. And the same with the words, the coloring pages and the yogas. So again, these are really pretty,
Yeah.
and I think they're actually some really good resources. Um,
Yes.
I
this one
like the
here, the
photos.
spring affirmation coloring page, it does a much better job of telling the story with it, even though the
Yes.
the wording at the top's a little hard to decipher. Um,
Yeah,
that's her
I agree.
best image for her cover
Product.
images.
Hmm.
This one's
But
too busy, but I know she's got a lot, but she's gonna have to simplify it.
hmm
Okay. These
the
others
one on
aren't
the
bad.
right is, Mhm.
Go ahead. This
The
one,
one
the
on the
coloring,
right.
the mantra poems.
Yeah. But maybe instead of two pictures, maybe one would be fine, and then put the pencil crayons on top of the colored one.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having two pictures, make it one picture with pencils.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure why.
The whole left side of this image is just a little bit of wasted space there.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
meant.
and these are two images. It looks like this is a kid holding it.
Yeah,
And then I would show off, make it a little more obvious that there's 10 coloring pages. This whole stuff here, yoga, nurture, literacy, art, poetry, I probably would get rid of that to make room for the 10 coloring pages and rhyming poems, make it a little bit bigger.
but I don't know. Yeah, I would. Yes, yes, I agree. I was just thinking though, like spring, mandala, mantra, poems. I don't know how many times we need to
It's a lot
mention
of
them.
words, and I don't know. I
S-
wonder if
sh-
how I'm curious to see. I got the SEO Mantis up. I'm curious to see how much this is getting traffic. Like, is this what are people looking for? So she might have to do. These are good resources, but she's gonna have to probably drive traffic to it real well.
Yeah.
Very
She
new.
almost needs to like put some bullet points at over on the side where that second image is, the photo, because it's basically the same photo of the same worksheet.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
could like have little things going off to the side, going, coloring pages, rhyming poems,
Mm,
mantras, and kind of
mm.
highlighted on the other side of where the second photo is that on the left that's kind of hard to figure out.
Or make the photo on the right bigger and then put the bullet points as you mentioned, so it's not because yeah, I think the second photo is just kind of just the same photo.
Okay.
Oh, that's the photo she's right here. This is a good
Yeah.
photo. It's not bad.
Yes.
I would have
Um,
going if I
oh
was doing the
yeah.
photo, I would make more colored pencils here.
I
But
would
this,
bring it down a little bit.
yep, it's yes, I agree. It's not, it's top heavy in the image.
And then she
This
needs
type,
some text for a value grab,
hmm
like 10 pages, 10 coloring
yep,
sheets.
yeah. We always say to show and tell in your preview images, and she is only showing. So she needs to be conveying the value, conveying the unique selling feature, the benefits. You are 100% right. Okay. We're just looking at one product here.
I did go and I clicked on the link and I went to like one of her newest ones to
Hmm.
see, well, maybe she's changed her layout or anything. And she had like clip art crayons on top of an image.
Okay.
And I was surprised at that because I just went to like recent and I don't remember which one it was that
Ooh.
ended up going to.
Hmm.
But on her thumbnails, then
Oh,
she
yeah, yeah.
My general feeling is that she's trying to cram a lot of information
Hmm.
into every picture. And I think her previews look okay,
These
but
ones do,
maybe
yeah.
there's just too much in the thumbnails that, like Laura was saying, if she had bullets or call outs with text, that would convey a little more information.
Agreed.
and that one she did on the third thumbnail, she did have text next to the photo, but it was her
Hmm.
last image that had like fake crayon clip art that was like, oh, it didn't look good with like the mock-up that she had. It almost looked realistic, but then she had this clip art crayons on it. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah.
so maybe she could invest in some, what are they? Like the real photos of crayons or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't think of what they're called.
Stock images or
There you go.
what was it? I can't remember. Anyways, um, I do like, oh, she has 38 resources. Okay. I do like that she's using emojis over here with her custom categories. I would, Mervat taught us how to separate the categories so it doesn't look like this really long list and then organize them by like seasons and grade levels and things like that. So I think that would help. There's a lot of custom categories.
Mhm.
And so it just, again, just like with our images, it becomes overwhelming when it's this many. So I would break them up with some lines and stuff, but they look nice.
It's that many with 38 items.
Yeah, yeah. Well, definitely, yeah, definitely stuff is going in multiple categories, which is why she needs to break them up into sections. Like these are the types of resources, these are the seasons, whatever. I also like that she in her featured resources, it's all spring. So she's like updating the featured resource section for the right time of year
Yeah.
because we're recording this in the spring.
She's staying very seasonal with it
Yeah.
and purposeful. Yeah.
Okay. One more thing. I don't know. So I'm gonna click on SEO Mantis. So it analyzed 20 products. Not sure is maybe that's all that's on the page because it
Yeah.
says she had like 30. She's getting good SEO scores. Good ti the titles are getting good rankings. Descriptions getting good rankings. Okay. Oh, I am a pro member. I don't know why it's not unlocking everything. Oh well. Well, Betty, I hope you're watching this. I hope I've recorded it and sent it to you. You're off to a really good start. I make some of those tweaks, make things less busy. Big thing is with the images, make them pop out, show and tell in your preview images, and keep hustling. Monica's classy creation. At first look, I really like this banner. I think it's beautiful. I know exactly what type of resources I should expect when I come to this store. So that's awesome. Her featured section, these resources also look really good. I do think some of them are a little busy, but I understand what she's doing. I'd be putting them busy too because she's got a lot of what seems like really good stuff. She has custom categories, 210 resources, by the way. That's fantastic. She's got custom categories. I really like that she has a freebie section. In my opinion, there's a few too many of these custom categories, and I think that's going to distract you from getting your customers to the perfect products that you want. So I try and reduce this a little bit. People know how to navigate custom categories. So if they're looking for something specific, this is going to get them there. You also want to use these as resources that you can link to inside of social media and blogs and emails and things like that. So try and get them to be a little bit bigger and not so many. When I click on a resource, I'm going to click on the Sweet Candy Bulletin Board. Okay, yeah. First, the cover image I do like. I think that's pretty good. The problem, one of the things I would improve is you've got three resources or sorry, thumbnails here that are all basically the same. So you're doing a good job of showing, but you're not telling inside this resource. I do see down here that it says something, but that is a little bit lost. So I would take better advantage of these two thumbnails. I'd completely remove these and I'd use this space to show and tell. I'd show a little bit about the resource and then I'd talk about the benefits so that the person looking at it knows exactly what they're getting, exactly the benefits, exactly how to use it in their classroom, things like that that get them excited. The same with the description. This description is good. I think to improve it, the hook could be a little bit better. When you read this description, it's several sentences, and after reading, up to here, I don't have a better idea of what the resource is or why should buy it, or nothing is getting me excited to make this purchase and to put it into use. So I would use a better hook here. It does seem like this is AI generated. It's generic about talking about how, what this does for the room. But I would talk about what it is or its unique features or the benefits to the teacher in the classroom. Talk about why they should use this bulletin board, that it's a bulletin board resource pack, that it's going to do certain things for the classroom. Sorry, I can't get a little bit more specific into all that. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here. Okay, the next one I picked from the submissions, and I just am grabbing them as trying to get through as many as I can, is Artful Learning Printables. Okay, so first, this banner, I would completely redo it. It's busy, it's very wordy, and I don't feel like it does a good job of highlighting what the resources are. I do know that you come out and say some of these resources, but your unique selling feature or your what your store is known for, what your brand is about, none of that is emphasized here. And because there's so many words that nothing's really pulling the eye in to get them excited, it's kind of being glossed over. I know the eye is just skimming this and moving on. Also, you have your logo here as well as here. And so that makes this kind of a waste of space. I understand that aesthetically it looks really nice right here. It goes really well. But because it's reappearing down here, this is wasted. You could do something more with this space. This logo, the profile image, I would, if you're going to use your logo here, which is fine, I'd make it much bigger. This outer circle should pretty much be your outer circle. So everything between the end of the circle and your actual circle with the books and everything, that's just wasted. And now you can't read the actual name of the store. And you don't even need that circle there. You could just do the Artful Learning Printables or something else so that it's easier to read. Like shrink that circle of the books and everything all the way in on that white circle to make it easier to read. Okay, you have your About Your Store section filled out. Just like I was saying with the other resource, you only get a couple sentences here. And after reading these two sentences, I have a better idea of what this store is. It's talking about you, which is okay, but it's the first thing that anyone's going to see here. And it's not telling them what your store's about, what the benefit is for doing business with you, what your brand core pillars are. There's nothing that's explaining why the person should do business with this store. So I would change that. I would make it more about your unique selling feature, what products you have there are really great, your custom categories, what your store is about, things like that. Okay, scrolling down just to see a few of the products here. These cover images, this one's okay, but the cover images don't pop. I have this problem too when I'm doing my bundles, is that I just kind of throw in the images of the different products and they kind of look like this, real boxy. And so because of that, when you're just scrolling, you can't really see what this is. There's nothing that's getting us excited. So basically, it's really busy and the eye is getting lost, and so nothing's standing out so that they know what this thing is about. So I would work on making your images more focused on what the product is so that they tell the story through the image. In other words, instead of like using all the cover images from your different products, maybe you use a couple, or maybe you use just the worksheets down here, or just the images of the fraction models that you've got. I would use some more words, make the title words much bigger so that that's what the eye is drawn to. Basically, you've got a lot of information going on these cover images and it's getting lost. The words mega bundle look really cool, but it's small. The red on the blue is kind of getting lost. I would make that bigger. I would make the title bigger. I would get rid of some of this extra stuff that's kind of cluttering things up. I would pull the image. See how there's that blue bar all the way on the right so that it looks like it's off-centered? Get it centered. Don't waste space over here. That's just nothing. Um, okay. Also, you've got custom categories set up. You don't have featured resources. I would set those up. But you do have custom categories, which is great. But some of these, just like with the last one, there's a lot here, and some of them seem redundant or not needed. For example, grades 3 to 5. I would get rid of that category. You've got a grade 3, a grade 4, and a grade 5. Let them pick which ones they're looking for. I don't think many people are going in finding a resource that's grades 3 through 5. Same with like, I think you've got one down here. Yeah, math K to 2. Well, you've already got a math, and you've got a grade 1 and grade 2. I'm sure you got a kindergarten somewhere. So let the user go through that. But again, when there's all these custom categories, and this isn't a huge amount, but sometimes it gets overwhelming and the viewer gets lost. Um, Let's click on one resource to see what we've got going on here. Okay, I did click on a bundle, which wasn't what I was trying to do, but okay. This description, it starts good. It tells you what you're getting. That part I do like. Okay. What you receive. Good. I like that you've got sections. I've liked that you explain things. This is a pretty decent product description. I also think your pricing, 75 pages for 9.44. I think that's a pretty good price. I like that you have a video. I haven't gone through these yet. Uh, you are getting my my reaction right away, and I am trying to be short on time. This one, again, there's a lot of space. It's very busy. Um, it's interesting what you're doing with the circles, and that's kind of cool, actually. So I like those. I just feel like maybe they need to be a little bit bigger. Maybe you put all of these like on the bottom, make the words a little bit easier to read. Like the answer key, maybe you don't have these boxes up here, just the key and the words answer key, 2 lines, and make it a little bit bigger so that it's easier to read. Print and digital, those are great things to be saying. I think just your spacing needs a little bit improvement. I do like this idea of where you're showing the different slides. And so you're using the computer is doing that work for you, that you have the images inside the computer. So that part is good. I just think the spacing needs a little bit of work here to make it more aesthetically appealing. Okay. Oh, good. Again, you're showing, which is great. Science of math aligned. I'm not 100% sure. I think I know what you're saying there, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I also think your titles or the headings a little bit too much towards the top. So bring that down a little bit. Here, I get the circles at the bottom. That's what I was referring to. This is good. I like this. I would just add a little bit more information about how many of these type of um, questions there are, or how, what's on each worksheet, so that they know exactly what they're getting. Do a little bit more telling on your images, and you don't need to say the same thing. These circles don't need to be on every page. And then if these are referring to different worksheets inside this bundle, explain that. Okay. Okay, this one is Cafe Art for Children. I do like the name of the store because I know exactly what I'm getting into, except maybe the cafe part. But I think I have an idea. The logo, it's not bad. It's okay. The banner, obviously, this is from the TpT store sale that recently happened, and this needs to be updated because at the time of this recording, the sale is over. Um, 118 followers, good job. Public health academic, working in specialized children's hospital, work in public schools and artists with skills. Okay, again, let's use our about the store section to talk about what this store is known for, the resources, why you, the TpT seller, should be doing business with this person, what you're going to get out of their resources. Let's do a little bit more selling here. I like that you have your featured resource section up. Um, these cover images are not bad. I do like, I can tell by looking at this that it's a big bundle. I think there's a little bit too much space up here in the top of the title, the heading, and the subheading for this image. I would make everything a little bit bigger. The colors and the outline do a good job of making it pop so you can read it. The bottom here is very hard to read, even when it's large like this. So when it's down here, I imagine that's going to be real hard to read, except when you blow it up. So I would do something to make this more pronounced. Like over here, you have your four first through third. Over here, you have worksheets. I would do something like get a circle or a square, make it big, use less words to try and highlight that. Also, if you wanted to, you're doing a good job showing off all these images. It says build animals for seasonal. So if you took like the clip arts of the different animals and made them big over some of this stuff, that might do some of the heavy lifting for you to explain what this product is and why it's so great. These are crafts. Okay, they're growing crafts. So yeah, maybe showing off some of the crafts because just looking at this, I recognize that there's a lot. I don't have an idea of what kind of craft we're building that gets me excited. Same with the insect life cycle. Clip art, clip art's a great thing to have, but I would take some of these off of this and make them big and over everything, maybe put an outline around them or a circle around them or something so they pop and we can see them and we can see some of the quality of your work there in the cover image. I like the bundle on the side. I know it creates some spacing images, but I think that's okay. But again, the heading is small. I would make it bigger. The images are bigger now because there's only four of them as opposed to, 12 or 16. Um, so that's okay. We're able to see it a little bit better. Same with this one over here. I would definitely, if you're going to stick with this, I would put the boxes around it so that we can like firm lines. Something else I do, you might just want to trim off the tops of each of these products, like the thing that says word palms and all this green stuff. Just get rid of that. We can't read it anyways. The box strategy is not the best. I admit I do that too when I'm doing my bundles, especially my math bundles, but it doesn't do a lot of telling for you. So you've got to find a way to tell inside of your image. And the word math bundle might not be your best heading. You might want to say, addition, subtraction, or counting. And I don't know what this is. I guess it says worksheets. Okay. So it's not great. It's not bad. It's good. I think there's room for improvement. Some things like showing off the product, showing off the unique features inside just the cover image, and not having the word math bundle be your main thing would be good. I also wouldn't be using an abacus unless you have abacus resources in here. Um, your logo, you see it appears on everything. So it's just some spacing opportunities. Going down, you have a good job with custom categories. Again, there's a lot, but they are different. So there's things like bulletin boards and clip art and gift tags, flashcards, crafts. So these are good categories. You get your seasons. I like that you're using images. Great job. I like that you have your featured products set up. When I click on one of your resources, you see I've got SEO Mantis open here. Um, and it gives you a lot of information that you can use. So he gives you an SEO score. The tool gives you an SEO score. It talks about things that are good. It will also show you opportunities. You can search different keywords and see how it ranks. Your title analysis is good. The length is good. You are grade level specific. Okay, keep going. You got tags. Description. Okay, recommendations, add a video, encourage customer for reviews. Okay. I haven't read your description yet, but I assume that's what this is referring to. High resolution images. Okay. Your images seem like I can see them, but maybe increasing them will be a little bit crisper and neater. Add a preview file. Yes, 62% of TpT buyers say that the preview file is a big factor in why they purchase. And then you see it gives you some other things down here on how to improve because this is a keyword tool, it's an SEO tool. So you can see different keywords that you might want and how you're doing on those. I like the cover image that you've got the product here. We can see exactly what it is. I think this has a spacing opportunity, ABC memory book, a little bit more space between ABC and memory, maybe close the space between the letters of ABC and make it fill up this yellow spot a little bit better. Beyond that, there are a lot of words for a cover image. So later, like here, you have words over here. You might want to shift some of these words into that. Um, for example, you say end of year reflection activity for first and second. You might just want to have a circle down here that says first and second and then grade underneath. And then maybe like end of year activity somewhere else. And that's all the words you need. Again, down here it says end of year low prep for the final weeks of school. Okay, you've said end of year three times. End of year, final weeks of school. That is wasted space and redundant and not necessary. The words low prep project are great, but I would use that on a different image. I would make another image over here showing off some of the resource. I would also, the images look beautiful of the resource, but I would explain some more on it. I'd make these images bigger. I'd have arrows pointing to them and telling us how to use it, when to use it, what makes it so great. And you've put a lot of that here. I haven't actually read this, but you've put a lot of that here, and you've only got one preview image or thumbnail. So I would make more than one and save some of these words for a different page. But they do look good, but I would fix the spacing and the wordiness of these. I also would not use the same subheading and subheading two on both of these images. I would just get rid of, you don't need the title repeated. You don't need the headings repeated. I'd get rid of all that, blow up the image of the worksheets, and then explain better. Do some work telling what makes this so great. Finally, I've said a lot here, but the description, I like this hook. End of year writing activity that helps K-2 students reflect on school memories with A to Z prompts, simple sentences, and drawing pages. That all does a really good job of explaining what this is and how to use it right on the beginning. So that is really good. I like that you have these different sections down here, how to use it, etc. So this is good. Good job with your description. A big thank you to SEO Mantis that has done some of the help on recording this video as far as providing SEO analysis for these resources and the stores that we're looking at, as well as for sponsoring this video to make this possible for everybody. Guys, this is a really great tool that's going to help you improve your SEO for your store. It's got keyword explorers, a rank checker, a store audit, and so much more. You can go to just type in SEO Mantis into Google and you can come over here and check it out. It's a Chrome extension. You saw me using it in this video, or you will see me using it in this video, depending on if this is at the beginning or end. The pricing is super affordable. There is a free version, which if nothing else, please go and get that. You can get started. And then there is a monthly subscription. There's a discount code that I'm going to put in the description for this video that you can use if you want to take advantage of this great tool and use it to increase your store rankings. That's going to get you more traffic. It's going to help you have better conversions. And again, of course, make more money. So big thank you to SEO Mantis for making all this possible and for making this amazing tool. And there are some videos I'll link to in the description of this video when I post this on YouTube. I've got some videos on SEO Mantis and how to use it because it's got some really great stuff going on inside of it. Teaching with Ninjanuity. So first, I love, love, love this banner. I love your clip art ninja guy. I love that it's got a paper background with the tabs at the bottom to talk about what your store is all about. I think the font that you use, the outline, the spacing is all really good. I like your logo or logo image here. It's great. It's okay that you can't read your words here down here because they're right here. So everything here is really good. Keep that up. Same that I've been saying on this video. About this store, I would spend less time talking about you on the front end and more time talking about the benefits of the store, what this store is about, why the buyer should purchase from you, what makes your unique selling features or your best resources, things like that. A lot of followers. Good job. This your featured resource section. You've done that, which is great. Are these also your best sellers? It looks like. Okay. But that's okay. But sometimes there's an opportunity to use things that aren't your best sellers here so that it's not repeated again down here. The images, the cover images look beautiful. This one is great. These are good. The class jobs and applications, I would just space that a little bit if you want to improve it slightly. But besides that, everything is very good. I like that you have custom categories. I like that the grades are in order. Yeah, this is great. Okay, your pricing looks very good. The projects look good. I think you're doing a good job. How many resources? 179. So this is good. Keep this up. I think you're going to be very successful here. These cover images just look beautiful. They're easy to read. I like your use of the images, not too cluttered, good spacing. All that's great. Okay, I picked one resource. I did have to tell you, I picked the one that I like the most or that seems the most for me. And that's this leprechaun stem trap. I'll give you some information here in a minute, but I hooked up SEO Mantis for you. The title length is good. Title length is important, guys. I know that this seller, I saw some of your resources you're not using as many characters as you could. So right now, the strategy is to increase your title lengths so that you have better opportunities to rank inside of search algorithms. Got a lot of good reviews, etc. I did some things for you. I checked your leprechaun, how that ranks. You're found on page five, overall position number is 35. So that's good. Hopefully, this will improve as you get more traffic and you get more purchases and reviews and things like that. The title analysis is good. So is the snippet. We'll talk about your snippet here in a minute. There are some recommendations. All right. I did a keyword research tool for you. I did St. Patrick's Day. You can see the popularity versus the competition. This means there's a lot of competition for these. So it's probably the same. Let's try leprechaun if I can spell it. Really bad speller. Yeah, look at that leprechaun worksheet. There's an opportunity there. Interactive, grade levels, activity. Okay. Um, again, I shouldn't say again, but I don't know that a lot of people are searching for the words leprechaun traps. So while it is a trap project, you might want to change your title to say leprechaun STEM activity or something like that. The trap project that is a great hook. It makes me very curious, but I know that you're missing out on your SEO rankings by having Leprechaun Trap Project all together in your title because nobody's going to, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of users aren't going to Google and typing in Leprechaun Trap Project unless this is something very popular that I just don't know about. I think you're going to have much more luck with St. Patty's Day STEM Challenge. That's a great title, things like that. Okay, you can still leave it right there in the image. That would be fantastic. But maybe your title, you want to make it a little SEO, more SEO rich. I love this video. I did watch your video. I'll skim through it. It was good. Good job. Your preview images. Okay, great job using images of the product. I would do a little bit of telling. Explain, you put some boxes up here, a dark rectangle, and some words that explain what's so great about this, what the activity is. Tell the story inside these thumbnails so that I know exactly what's happening inside the trap inside this project. I did not click on the preview. Moving down to your description. This whole first sentence, whatever this is, it's repeated again down here. So nothing is explained here and nothing is told. And remember, this is where we want to do our this is the snippet that's going to get pulled for our search engine. So when someone sees this on Google or on TpT, this is the first thing they're going to see. So I do like that it has kindergarten, first and second grade, and then it says St. Patrick's Day STEM Challenge. However, you do have the word STEM project and St. Patrick's Day here in the next sentence as well. I really think this whole sentence could be gone, and you can just talk because it's repeated again here, and you could talk more about the hands-on project. This is really good stuff here. This is what makes this great. This is what people are searching for. This is what's going to do the selling for you. The kindergarten, first, and second grade, though, you do might want to keep that as you put it off into here. Outside of that, I like that you have sections about what's included, what it's perfect for. um, I do think you might want to do a how to use section or a brief synopsis about what happens in the trap. But the images are doing a lot of work. This image right here does a lot of work for you. It's beautiful. It gets you very excited. And so I want to know a little bit more about what this is, these images, and how my students are going to build it, how hard it is. Do I need to purchase resources to do that? Things like that are going to help you convert better. But this is a really good resource. It's beautiful, and your store looks great as well. Mrs. H and her tater tot. Okay, I'm going to give you, these are just some of my opinions. Obviously, all of this is just my opinions. So it's okay if you don't take everything I say and do it. Again, well, not again. I don't know why I keep saying again, but you've got 150 followers and only 50 products. So I don't know how long you've been selling on TpT, but some of the stuff you're doing is working. Some of these resources look really good, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But first, I'm on when I click on this, I see super cute logo. I do like the profile image. I know some people don't because it doesn't sell anything, but I think it's very personal. So I, you might hear people say, yeah, it does, put this down there. I don't know. I kind of like it. Um, anyways, I still, I see that it's math, tools, and social studies, and I am a math teacher. So as I get into this and I read your about the store and I come down here, I still don't know if this store is for me. I teach middle school math. I do see one that says grades 5 to 7. And even when I get into your custom categories, I don't see if it's got anything that's for me as middle school. Um, so you might want to explain that somewhere, like what type of social studies, what type of math, or what type of resources are we talking about? You might just want to be a little more specific to try and capture your ideal customer. Also, this is it's a very blank banner, so I would do something more. Honestly, I would put this logo up here in the corner and then I'd show off some resources or some of the different types of resources that you have or some of the clip art that explains, do a little bit more telling about your store. I do have a whole video and blog post on how to do the banners and I have templates that I would recommend. So the logo here is cute, but this is wasted space. You want to do some selling here and you're not doing that. Also down here in your categories, you've got your categories set up, which is good. Some of these are great. I like that you have an under $3 one. That's super cool. Um, However, I would add grade levels and I would be a little bit more specific on what types of things they are. For example, what was I going to say? Like seasonal. Okay, I'm not going to click if I'm going and looking for a Valentine's Day math project, I'm not going to click on seasonal. I am going to click on Valentine's Day if you have that, even if there's just one, if I'm looking for something specific. And then having that tag, I think, is also going to help with SEO. That's my opinion. But I think making a Valentine's Day tag on a Valentine's Day resource will improve your selling. Okay. The cover images on your 4 featured products. First, it's very obvious that these are done by ChatGPT. And I feel like right now, and this could change in the future, but I think most people are turned off when they can tell right away that it's done by ChatGPT. It's not to say that these aren't nice looking, they are. It just doesn't feel very authentic, especially when you have a picture of you and your kid and you're talking about, making this personalized type of business. I would go ahead and create images using templates or using, your stuff that make it just feel more like it's a person who's doing it. This one here on the far right, the country poster project, I mean, that looks so professional. It looks like it's from a textbook. And maybe that's what you're going for. But I think a personalized touch will do better for you. Again, it's hard because when you put it into ChatGPT and you see something like this, you're like, oh my gosh, this looks fantastic. It's better than anything I could do, and so we don't. People are getting hit to the fact that, oh yeah, this is definitely, you can tell by the spacing, you can tell by the way the images are, the coloring, the use of the warping, that it's not centered. You can tell this is ChatGPT or some similar AI program. So they look good. Um, they don't pop, they are aesthetically appealing. So that's my opinion. Again, I know it's faster to put it into ChatGPT and just go with it, but I do think you'll do better if you're not using the ChatGPT resources. At least now, ChatGPT obviously it's going to keep getting better. Okay. Um, these resources look good. It looks like you've got over 50, so good job. Keep making resources. I'm just reading through some of your titles here. You're doing a good job of using as much words as you can to kind of fill up that section there. Let's look at a specific one. I put your store in an SEO Mantis, and this is the resource it grabbed. I think this is a great resource, by the way. iReady, anything that's going to help teachers when using iReady and some of these more popular tools, I think is going to do well. It's a $3 resource, so that's good. Your SEO score, let me see here. Let me close that for a second. iReady Math Data Tracker and Goal Setting Bundle. Okay. So it is recommending to have more characters. It could be longer. I don't know what else you would say. So, and I haven't drilled too far down into this resource, but um, Yeah, okay, good job. I'm not doing any of the rank checking for you at this moment. I'm just skimming based on what it's saying. We talked about that description. You've got two keywords, iReady and testing. Okay. All right. Data talk. Good job. Clear where students are at and help them reach their goals. Okay, I like this description. I like this hook here. It talks exactly about the benefits of this resource. You paint the picture of the problem, and then you talk about how yours is the solution for a specific thing. So I think this is a good description. It might be a little wordy, but that's okay. It says it's grade level specific. That's great. Description impact. Oh yeah, so only 550 characters, no benefit statements. Yeah, get into, make this a little bit longer, drill down onto the key benefits and what's included and things like that. Just, I would increase the words here. Short is good, so it's brief. That's not terrible from a copywriting standpoint. From an SEO standpoint, though, you do want more words, and it gives you some recommendations here on how to improve all of that. Okay, it filled this in automatically for you. I did not. But you see, you've got a lot of opportunities here with your keywords for iReady. That's why I think this is a great resource. If this isn't selling a lot for you already, I definitely think it will. Um, you might need to do some work on getting traffic to it. I'm trying to see where okay, I don't see it at the top, but reviews. So maybe you don't have any reviews yet. But you might want to work on getting some traffic to this. Again, I think this will do better if it's not. Um, an AI generated image, although this one is pretty good. You can tell it's AI again because things are off centered and some of the shading and things like that. But this is a pretty decent what's it called? Cover image. You don't have any thumbnails, no preview file. I would include all of those to make this better. I would make them yourselves. I do have videos and blog posts on how to make those and to improve to make them so that it's going to sell. And I also have templates you can purchase. That's not the point of this video. I'm just saying they're out there. Other people sell them too. Okay. So, yeah, that's what it is. This is a good resource. I think anything iReady related, data tracking, all that's going to do really well for you. Make those improvements to your store, your cover images. You're off to a really great start here. I like these projects that you're doing. I think a lot of the things I said are going to transfer over to this. Again, you need to have some uh, thumbnails, some preview images, and a preview file. Oh, good, you do have a preview file. Yeah, use some of these images. Okay, let me just, I said I wasn't gonna, but here I am. I'll talk about this for a second. Okay. Um, this, I would use it, this just looks very generic, okay? We get an idea of what it is, but this you want to be like your cover image. The words gallery walk and research are a little hard to read. You should have a border around both of these images. You use fill up more of the space. There's too much blank space on this. And this is your first, so you can put things like the grade that it's supposed to be for, what type of resource it is. I like that you have what's included. Um, okay, directions, rubric, research sheet, checklist, peer review sheet. Okay, the spacing on this gets a little weird. I would improve your spacing, especially down here. Fill this up. It's got a review here. Reviews are great. I would save that review for a different page and I would use an image of the product here. So far, okay, good. So supplies, this does not tell me what supplies is needed. This is confusing to me. If this is a what's included, I would say that what's included. Again, you want the words to fill up the majority of this box up here. Outline these, put a little drop shadow behind them, make them stand out. But showing these isn't really doing anything because I'm gaining no information from this. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Um, so if you're just trying to show off what's included, great. Put all six in like a little fan, let them overlap each other, let them take up like a third of this image, and then explain over here what's included. Why you'll love this resource. The kids will love it. Okay, again, that's not saying anything. And I keep saying again on these. I don't know why I do that. I have not said that. I put a space between your words and your asterisks, by the way. Um, you've got the white. See how up here you have a border, a red box? I would do that on this as well. Red box behind the Y, you'll love it. You're using the same images of the same product down here that you used up here. Now, if that's all this is just a couple pages. Okay, we need to talk about that in your what's included. I don't know how many pages is included. And by reading this, I still don't know what the students are doing as part of the research project. Also, I could just take a screenshot of this and print it. So you might not be protecting your images here, your project here. Um, also, so you need to do a better job explaining what's included, what the students are doing, what the end result will be, why the students will love it. What is it that they're producing? I still don't know. A poster, okay. How? In your cover image, like it's got this beautiful poster here. Is that included? You talk about a gallery walk over here. Now, I'm being very observant. Someone who's going through this is not going to see that. So how does the gallery walk work? How do the students create the images? Are the images already there provided for them? Are they black and white and they color them in? Or are they supposed to draw them themselves? Lots of questions for this. You say it's grades 4 to 8. So that leads us to some assumptions about what type of research they're supposed to be. It says these women can be. Well, are the students just supposed to come up with these women, or do you provide a list of women that they're going to learn about? Do you provide resources on where they do the research? It's just a lot of questions that need to be answered, both in this description and in your preview file, and it should also be answered in your thumbnails. List of required poster elements, that's good. Research sheet for students. How it works. This is good. This is what we need, and this should be an image in your preview file and your thumbnail. Students select one woman in history. They research the accomplishments. They design a poster. Posters are displayed for everyone to view and enjoy. Again, um, what is the student still doing when they select a woman? Do they just have to pick one, or is the list provided? Is there a website they go to and there's a bunch of listed and they pick one? How do they do the research? Are you providing the links, or are they just supposed to go online and find it or get it from books, or how do they do this stuff? What do they use to design the poster? Is there a template? Is there a blank image? All sorts of questions to have. And by the way, asking these questions, if you start answering these questions, I got a feeling you're going to add these to this resource, and that's going to make this a better resource if you don't already have it. Okay, 1 to 2 class periods. I would also explain what the gallery walk is. You don't even say that. I didn't see that here, but I would talk about the gallery walk. All right, hope that helps.